Hello, and welcome back to Oolykee Gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. Today we're gonna focus on testing happiness of our people. Okay, that was a short introduction, but anyway, this is what we're gonna do today. We're gonna test our cities, starting from the left-hand side. This is all city with everything. They're gonna have everything except religion. They should have everything, including pub. The second city will have no. They're gonna have no entertainment. You can see here in the middle of the screen they are missing the cinema. Here you have the cinema, but this one doesn't sell any electronics. We're gonna see how having a radio station influences happiness of our people. And then we have the last one over here that has no swimming pool or sports recreational facilities. We will see how these things influence our people. In the next several months we're gonna track their happiness, and I'm gonna update you on everything how it goes. Now let's check the stats. So this is a GUI, I removed it, and also we have here our radio station. We're gonna lower the amount of workers working in the radio station to a minimum because we can't really afford all the actors, moderators. We will in time. I will increase this. We'll see how this is gonna affect us every time I increase this. Hopefully I'm gonna update you on time. Cities are set up standardly. They have the best quality apartments with the highest percentage of happiness, and randomly allocated people living in there. Unfortunately I couldn't guess all the numbers directly, so they are as they are. In this case you have 670, 685, 660 and 671 people in each city, but we will monitor them and see how it's gonna go. I set our radio station on +32 Soviet propaganda. I didn't want to influence cultural thing because we're testing culture here as well. Propaganda, education strength, and anti-religious propaganda. I think that should increase happiness or them less being reliant on religion. We'll see how it's gonna go. Anyway, I'm gonna update you every time something happens. For now we're gonna start tracking more or less around 1st of April, and let's see how it goes. I don't know, any questions? Put them in the comment section. See you in a sec. Okay, just an update. We have potential outreach to listeners. We have 2 radio stations in each city that has everything and the one lacking sports. So I will be marking this 8th of April was the first radio appeared on the map. So we'll see how this is going to affect. Currently we have 0 listeners, but we will update in time. I'm going to speed up the time again. Just a short update. Few days later we got our first listeners. They are turning on and off right now. You can see just a few days later we have our first listeners, so we'll see what kind of impact that's gonna have. Okay, we just hit the 1st of August mark. That would be 4 months plus a little bit longer for the test. I removed totally a city off with everything because I had to put a little bit more higher educated people here so they can work more efficiently in the radio station. Now the biggest listener base I got was around 20%, so number of listeners compared to number of people who have the radios. I never follow this in my Let's Plays. I will in the future, just interested. It's a fun fact. Okay, so I'm gonna remove this, and here I'm gonna replace the screenshot from the yesterday's test regarding I'm gonna put statistics from the city that had everything in there, that had same population as the rest of the cities. So right now I'm gonna replace it. Okay, so we have culture, electronics and sports. I will pause this just so we don't lose any statistics, but this is quite interesting. Yes, let's start. Culture. Obviously they're gonna have a lower culture, and I think it's dropping constantly. Probably will end up around 0. Maybe they will, maybe they're not. Maybe they have some village theater in the back, illegal one or something. But I have to say that culture-wise, these guys are not doing too well either. They do have cinema and they do have a radio, which doesn't spread culture. But anyway, this can be much better in general. I'm wondering if culture is at all necessary to survive, for our city's survival. Okay, so that's one thing. Second one, electronics doesn't seem to be people who don't have radios, they don't have anything here, we're not selling them any electronic equipment. They don't seem to have much change compared to culture area, for example. And if you compare it to the other for the previous city statistics, it doesn't change much as well. Just bear in mind that city that has all on the left hand side here in the screenshot, it's until the 26th of September, so it has 2 months longer to grow, so the birth rates are 581 rather than similar to this, but they were at the same level here. Now the electronics, obviously they don't have compared to these two. I can tell you that the city who's lacking electronics didn't change much at all compared to previous to the statistics that you can see on the left hand side. They have a little bit more alcoholism probably. No, it's more or less the same. So radio station did not influence people that they don't have radio at all. It obviously did influence other people. For example, sports area. Sports area is quite interesting, actually. Let's talk about sports area first. Sports area has increased alcoholism for some reason. Also, we have lower lifespan, lower reproduction rate, more deaths, less births if they are not doing sports. And this is obvious in these statistics. You can see productivity is lower, lifespan is lower, deaths are higher, and births are higher compared to these two that have the same time span. Compared to the other time span, of course, it's 2 months more, but you can see huge discrepancy in births compared to the all area on the left hand side here. So yeah, sports definitely yes, if you want to have longevity of your people. Of course, the education levels are influenced, but only because of the population. They have just under 200 people less than other two test cities, and 300 people less than 250 people less than the city on the left here from the previous test we had. Right, so my final verdict: electronics with a radio station on the map doesn't change anything. It doesn't affect them. They're equally happy or unhappy as they would be otherwise. On the other hand, culture might not be necessary at all, so I'm gonna do some testing in the future on this, building our cities of the future without any culture. That's gonna be interesting, but sports, I will definitely include sports everywhere. Sports is important for health and longevity of people, birth rates, and happiness not so much, but health definitely. So that's it. I hope this was enjoyable for you guys. If it was, if you learned something, press the like button. If you didn't, leave a nasty comment in the comment section. Well, comment section, hit it, and ring the notification bell if you liked it. Anyway, comment section, and talk to you there, guys. Bye.